Reduce, reuse, recycle, reconsider, reimagine. Reimagine Phoenix, transforming trash into resources.
Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of Reimagine Phoenix, Super Bowl edition. I'm here along with my co-host, Stephanie.
Hi. Hi, Yvette. So great to be here right in the heart of Super Bowl Central.
And what are you wearing? Who are you wearing?
Seahawks, Lofa Tatupu, my favorite former player.
Cardinals, still number one in my heart. Now, who's your favorite Seahawks player?
Right now, Russell Wilson and Beast Mode.
I thought it was Marshawn.
Marshawn Lynch, Beast Mode, yeah.
Oh, is that what he is?
Yeah.
Okay. Calais Campbell, I love you. So, of course, Fitzgerald as well. But, Stephanie, where are we at?
We're right here in the heart of Super Bowl Central in downtown Phoenix.
This is where it's at. I'm telling you, we have the Grand Canyon experience. We have XLIX, huge Roman numerals. We've got the large stage over there. We've got another stage over here. Things are going all over the place. Thousands of people. This is the place to be. And Phoenix is going to make this Super Bowl event the most sustainable Super Bowl event ever. Right?
That is so right, Yvette. In fact, let's take it to our correspondent, Betty Ilioy. She's going to tell us all about Phoenix's Kick the Waste initiative with Mayor Greg Stanton.
Well, the eyes of the world are upon us. We have tens of thousands of visitors around the country and the world, and so we want to show, in addition to being a great host for all those fans for the big football game coming up, we also are a sustainable city, and that's a core value of our city. And so why not, by out on the streets where there's going to be 1 million people over the next few days and nights, why not send a message that we value sustainability? One way of doing it is kick the waste, by showing that we can really divert as much as possible from our landfills. That's so important for sustainability, for future generations. It costs a lot of money to send all that stuff to the landfill, so the more we can divert from the landfills, the better. So Kick the Waste makes it as easy as possible for not only Phoenicians, but people who are visiting from around the country to participate in our great sustainability programs.
And why do you believe that Phoenix can make this the most sustainable Super Bowl celebration in NFL history?
Well, we can, we should, and it's a great thing. It's a brand that we want to build here in the city of Phoenix, that sustainability is a core value. Look, other cities right now are ahead of Phoenix when it comes to our diversion rate. And the diversion rate, of course, means how much stuff are we able to keep out of our landfills because we either recycle or sell it. We can actually make money if we're good about our recycling and compost programs. It's a brand that we want to build. So why not, on this truly international stage, show that it's a core value of the city by having so many of these Kick the Waste initiative container sets all around the heart of the city. So I don't think it's really even a choice. It's an obligation that we have. Kids are going to see this, thousands and thousands of kids, and they're going to ask their mom, dad, or aunt and uncle to make it a core value in their individual households when they see how easy and fun it can be. So it's a really simple thing, but it's a very important thing that we send a message about our values as a city.
Yes, of course. And are we encouraging San Francisco and future cities that are, hosting these huge celebrations to have their own Kick the Waste initiatives?
Well, of course, we not only have competition on the football field, it's going to be a great Super Bowl in just a few days, but we also want to encourage a polite competition among the cities. Here's my message. Obviously, I'm a competitive guy. That's part of being in politics, is I like competition. But really, we got to look in the mirror and say, are we doing the best that we can do? Are we doing all that we can do? We have unique challenges as the largest desert city in the United States of America. But Kick the Waste, taking advantage of literally the most high-profile event on planet Earth. There is no single event on planet Earth where more eyeballs will be on a city than during the Super Bowl. Not only eyeballs here on the ground, but of course on television sets. And if they even hear about Kick the Waste, if some of these announcers talk about that, that sends a message about who we are as Phoenicians. So I'm rooting for 1 million people to have the best time they've ever had here in Phoenix, Arizona for the Super Bowl Central, and I'm rooting that the NFL takes note that there is no better place in the United States of America to have your big event than here in Phoenix, Arizona.
Well, it seems like Mayor Stanton is very confident about Phoenix kicking the waste diversion rates through the roof. And there's one company that is helping us make that Kick the Waste initiative happen.
That's right. The City of Phoenix is working with a company called Marsden to set up all of the trash, recycle, and compost bins here at Super Bowl Central. Coming up, Public Works Director John Trujillo, who's leading this project, tells us more about these containers.
And after that, we'll hear from exhibitors, from residents, from visitors about what they're doing to contribute to the Kick the Waste initiative.
So John, can you explain what the City of Phoenix and Marsden are collaborating on during Horizon Super Bowl Central?
What the City of Phoenix is doing is we start this Kick the Waste initiative where the City of Phoenix is focusing on not just recycling, but on reduction and reuse. So our goal is to hit 80% or greater diversion amongst all the material that's collected here within the Horizon Super Bowl Central. So it includes food waste, which we're creating compost with, containers, plastic recycling, and compostable materials. So it's a process that's normally not done in these type of events, and working in collaboration with the NFL, Pepsi, and the Arizona Host Committee, we want to really create an event that's really never been done before for this large of an event. Normally, other cities, and even including the City of Phoenix, just focused on recycling. And that's not what this event is about today. This event is about everything that is produced on site to do whatever we can to divert it from the landfill. We just started a new system where we are composting, and this food waste will be a start for that process. And we're looking to see how well that works in the future events as well.
They've been an asset to this venue because people are using them. We had our own personal containers out yesterday, and folks were going around. They're labeled properly, recycle, trash, and they're being maintained throughout the whole day and evening, which I think is amazing. Who's ever maintaining that process, they're doing a great job, and so I think it's working.
And what role does Marsden play in analyzing this material so we can have those numbers?
Marsden is working with us to help do a sort of the material, as well as to analyze the data to make sure we know exactly how much we diverted from this large event at downtown Horizon Super Bowl Central.
And those numbers will be available for the public?
Yes, we collect those numbers daily. We take the material at night where they sort it, and we should have those numbers the next day on how well we did at Super Bowl Central. We would like to challenge other cities to do what we're doing here today, and to challenge to meet or exceed our goal, as well as not just a one-time event, but we as a City of Phoenix would like to do this on an ongoing basis moving forward. So that's not going to be it's going to be a challenge for us. We would challenge other cities to do the same as well.
And how confident are you that we are going to make this the greenest Super Bowl celebration in history?
I'm confident it will be the greenest Super Bowl event in history, because this is the first that the Super Bowl has ever done for its Super Bowl Central. And so we know this will be the first, and we're confident it will be the best and the greenest event ever.
All right, great. Thank you so much for joining us, John. Back to you, Yvette.
Yvette, isn't it great how everyone is really doing their part to reduce waste during such a big and busy event in our city?
Absolutely, I think it's fantastic, and I love it how all the residents, the visitors, the exhibitors are all coming together to reach that at least 80% waste diversion goal here at Super Bowl Central.
Currently right now we're working with Marsden, and they're collecting 3 types of commodities throughout this event. It's trash, recycling, and composting. And right now we have 3 trucks in our alley right here behind Marley's, and they're placarded with the truck in front says trash, one will say recycling, one will say compost. So Marsden's staffing will come and deliver the commodity that they have in their containers and put in the back of our trucks. Once that's done, the truck gets loaded, we take it to our transfer station where we're having to sort down there. Once it gets down to 27th Avenue, it's a whole different type of sort that they do down there. They actually open the bags, split them apart, make sure they pull things out. What goes into, if there was some trash in the composting pile, they'll pull that out. If there's recycling in the trash, they'll pull that out, so it's sorted all out.
We are a local business in Phoenix, so we support all our local vendors here in Phoenix. So we buy everything from here, and we use all paper material like paper plates, recyclable paper towels, and napkins. We are staying away from plastic and styrofoam, so we're trying to be sustainable.
Last up, we're going to check out the city's newest pilot composting facility, where our deputy director will walk us through what happens after all the food waste is collected.
Stay tuned.
facility was timed to come online so that could be operational during all the Super Bowl events. So all the materials from Super Bowl Central in downtown Phoenix are being brought here and they're being sorted, and then the compostable fraction of those materials, all the food waste, all the soiled paper products, they come here to this pilot facility behind me where they're mixed together with yard waste and composted to make a beneficial soil product. Here we are in our pilot composting bay that we've constructed for our temporary process, which is going to last, anytime for 12 to 18 months. And what we're trying to do is test out some of the principles that we'll be using in our main composting facility, which we're currently under conceptual design for. We're looking at doing new things at this facility in the sense that many people have seen compost in piles where you turn that compost, and one of the reasons you're turning that compost is you're adding oxygen to the compost. When you're turning, you're breaking down the compost. We'll be doing all those same similar things. What you see behind me here is a pile of compost which is about 2 to 3 weeks old. It includes food waste that we've received from the grocery stores. So if you look very closely at it, you won't see very much food waste in there anymore. It has been broken down by the composting process. But what you see behind me running into the piles are some plastic pipes. And one of the new things that we're trying to do here is we're trying to control the oxygen in the piles to make sure the piles always have good air, good oxygen, and good temperature. So when you look at these pipes here, you'll see that there's duct tape on the sides of these pipes. What that duct tape is doing is it's covering holes in the pipes because we want to make sure that we're drawing air through the pile. So the portions of the pipes that we're not using are covered up. And then as the pile grows out this way with the new material coming in, we take that duct tape off and we can supply that air to the pile. So in actively managing the pile using the pipes, we can make sure that we're controlling the temperature, we're controlling the oxygen for the pile. It speeds up the composting process and gives us a much better quality product. Okay, here we are on the back side of the compost pile that we saw earlier. And here what you can see is there's a series of pipes. There's some blowers that are actively running that are providing the suction on the compost pile that's pulling the air into the compost pile so that the organisms in the compost pile can break down the food waste, can break down the yard waste that we have mixed together in the compost pile. So these blowers pull a vacuum on that. They blow the air into this pile of wood chips, which is behind me. Now this pile of wood chips is acting as what we call a biofilter. And in this case, all the air that's pulled through the compost, if it contains any odors, any other emissions, the wood chips and the organisms that are actively growing in the wood chips scrub all those odors out. They consume those odors, and so that there is no smells, no emissions coming at all from the pile. One of the other things you may notice is the concrete blocks that surround our compost pile are there both to contain the compost pile, but also if we get excess moisture. If we have a rain event, if we have excess moisture in the pile, what that does is it will come out of the pile and we have a drain structure right here beneath the blowers. They capture that moisture, and then what we do is we pump that out of the drain into these tanks which contain the moisture for us, and then when it comes time to add more water to the pile, we recycle that water, which has got nutrients and other things in it as well. We recycle that water back into the compost pile itself. The last thing we do is we run that material through a compost screener where it screens the material out into different size fractions. So we produce a small compost fraction, which is very similar to what you would see in when you go to Home Depot and you buy a bag of compost. It's that fine earthy material. That's what we're producing. And we also produce a mid fraction, which we can use back over into the compost pile. And then there's a very large overs fraction that can be reground again. So what this pilot program is doing is it's helping us to develop programs to divert food waste out of the waste stream. That's one of the large components that's still in there, as well as yard trimmings and other green organics.
Thanks for joining us on another episode of Reimagine Phoenix, Super Bowl edition. To reimagine a more beautiful and sustainable Phoenix, don't forget to check out our Green Organics Curbside Collection Program and other solid waste programs offered by the Public Works Department.
As usual, for more information about Phoenix Public Works or ways to reimagine Phoenix, visit us online at phoenix.gov/publicworks.
I'm Yvette Roeder.
And I'm Stephanie Romero,
Reminding you to reduce,
reuse,
recycle,
reconsider,
and reimagine a better Phoenix. See you soon.
Bye.